Hello there, welcome to another Rainycat's Vegan Geek in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making palmiers, which are little puff pastry biscuits. So let's go and have a look at what's in them. So over here I've got chocolate spread, I've got ground ginger, cinnamon, sugar, a bit of soy milk, and I've got some defrosted puff pastry. I've checked that this is vegan, and in here I've got some nuts that I'm going to WYSIWYG. Macadamia, pecan, almond and cashew nuts. So I'm just going to chop my nuts. And I'm going to set my oven to 200C or 425F. Having two different flavour biscuits, I'm going to divide half of this and put half with agave syrup, and I'm going to have half with the dark chocolate spread. I can't do this with one hand, so I'll show you in a sec what I've done. So what I'm doing now is I'm spreading out some nice chocolate spread over one half of the pastry. You can see on this side I've spread out a couple of teaspoons of agave syrup, and obviously you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can do one or the other, or do something completely different. So I've got my half and half pastry, so half chocolate spread, half agave syrup, and over here I've got a couple of teaspoons of sugar, some cinnamon and some ginger, and I'm going to stir that all together. And I'm going to sprinkle this mix on the agave syrup side of the pastry. So I've added my sugar, cinnamon and ginger mix to the agave syrup side, and I'm now going to sprinkle my nut mix over the whole lot. I'm going to spread this out a bit with a little teaspoon. Be right now. I've got my half and half mixture. I'm going to fold over the edges and fold both sides till they meet in the middle, so they kind of have a little roll on each side. I'll show you in a sec what I mean by that. So as you can see, I've now rolled one half, and I'm now going to roll the other half to meet it in the middle. So I'm just going to turn this over all the way along, rolling it round and round till it meets here. I can't do it with one hand holding the camera with the other hand, so I'll be back in a sec. I'm just finishing it off. I'm doing it rather crudely here with one hand, but you can see how I'm doing it. It's kind of rolling off nicely off the plastic, and I'll have these two meeting each other in a sec. I've rolled up both sides now, and I've turned it on its side so I can kind of pat it down a bit. If your pastry was a bit dry, you'd pat on a little bit of soy milk just so you could glue it together, but this is quite warm and so it doesn't need it. And now I'm going to cut this into 1/2 inch strips along the length. I've chopped up my pastry roll now, and I'm going to take the individual bits and just dunk them in some sugar. Now this is the leftover cinnamon and ginger mix, so at the top half, this half is the corresponding ginger and cinnamon biscuits. So dunked those in there, and these are now going on grease-proof paper. Right, the reason I've greased my grease-proof paper, I know that sounds a bit daft, but when I last made them they actually stuck to the paper, so I'm not taking any chances this time, so I'm greasing my greaseproof paper. So we will see if that works. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to look incredibly silly. So here they are on the baking tray. The oven's wearing away. We're just about on 200C or just over 400F, and I'm now going to put them in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. I'll keep an eye on them. And here they are out of the oven 15 minutes later, looking brown and crispy. On this side we have the agave syrup, cinnamon, ginger and nut ones, and on this side we have the chocolate and nut ones. I can't wait for them to cool down so I can scoff them. They also go very nice with a blob of soy ice cream or in your lunchbox for morning coffee. So there you go, vegan palmiers. Om nom nom.